feel dumb.
Ready? Go. You pinch it right here to go across your nose.
Ah!
It shapes it that way.
Ah!
You're so strange.
Ah!
I think I wet my pants.
Oh, there's some yellow in that one.
Oh, nice. Loogie. Oh, wait, Hoogie. What's one of those?
All right, let's.
Anyway, okay.
Yeah, all right.
Hey.
Enough of this. Enough of these.
We're here. We're going to discuss.
That's done.
Oh my gosh!
That was a good
Using
bit.
mask. No.
I mean, that could be part of it.
Yeah, it could be.
Anyways, hello everyone. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
The From Both Sides
Been
podcast.
a while, but we're back on the scene.
With the Zoomer
and the Boomer.
And today we're gonna be a little bit more serious than we usually are.
Yeah, like it started right. We started out real good on that one, didn't we?
I don't know what you're talking about. There's some yellow slime in that though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway.
Anyways, on a serious note now. Oh, you kicked the camera! You're kicking the camera! What are you doing? Anyways, today we're going to be discussing the topic of COVID-19, the coronavirus, and kind of like what it is, what to kind of look out for, things that have been impacting like our country, our people around us, our jobs, our
state,
friends.
We won't say our state, but we'll just say.
We said our state before.
We have? Okay.
Yeah, we live in Cornville, Ohio.
Hey, by the way, they had, even though all the schools are closing on around here, they did have one of the schools they had to bring their tractors today. I seen it on TV. Yes, it was.
No, you guys didn't believe me. Bring your tractor to school day. It happens.
It was on the news and it was great. There was tractors. Isn't it fantastic? Look at all the different tractors. And there's probably 30 tractors at school. So that was funny.
One way to stay healthy, just sit inside your tractor and bring it to school. Ha ha.
You're out in the great wide out north. Just love that stuff.
Goodness.
Really, I have nothing against farmers because farmers keep me alive as food.
I mean,
you
are right.
I'm just saying.
I only have a Okay, we're getting way off topic. Let's focus back. I could make a whole rant about that. We'll talk about that another time. Anyways, okay, talking about COVID-19, I have a whole thing popped up. I do want to post a link right now down below. It'll be like a picture right across our freaking stomachs, I guess, or somewhere above our heads or something.
You say that, and the last couple times I haven't seen no picture on it at all.
I watch everyone. I put pictures every single time. You find a moment, you tell me.
I'll tell you.
Anyways,
I might see it.
Going to post a link right here. It'll be a link to the CDC page. It'll be down below in the description. I want you guys to be able to read up about coronavirus, things to look out for.
There it is.
Yeah.
I'm going the wrong way, though, if they're reading it. It's actually this way.
And then I'm actually just going to put it above your
head.
head.
I know
you're going to be pointing at like some booger or some shit. But anyways. That's infection! Anyways, okay. So anyways, the link will be posted somewhere here on the screen and down below in the description. Make sure you check that out. Read up on it. Find out all the goodies and baddies about everything. Just keep yourself posted. Stop the fear, spread of fear and all that. Just get the facts.
Absolutely.
Because now
that's part of our discussion. Is oh my God, is it so?
It is chaotic right now.
It is. It almost is like, I realize they use the word pandemic, but have they ever looked at the numbers that we got for normal flu virus?
Yeah.
And how much that kills people every year?
Yep. There
is no understanding that the relationship is so far in between. I don't think people are paying attention to the numbers, but this has gotten so out of whack. Now I understand because somebody my age, it's going to really affect me because I'm in my 60s. And
because the whole premise of what it does, the reason why it's so much of a scare, it's not per se
respiratory.
But it's not so much that the virus itself, like takes out the elderly and everything. It takes so much of your immune system to be able to fight it, and then when that's distracted fighting that, then everything else can get in.
And you're old, and that's older people have a lot harder time trying to fix themselves because their immunity systems are not up to enough. I guess you could say that.
Yeah.
That's why it's affecting so many of the older people. There's just too many things. They have a lot of things wrong with us when we get older. Everything falls apart.
He complains all the time.
I mean, I could have said it. Never mind.
His stomach is not under
I
control.
wasn't talking about my stomach, but anyway.
I don't know. Anyways, continuing on after that. No, talking about the craziness and like the fear factor of everything,
absolutely.
though. I did just start working at a would you call it retail?
Yeah,
At a retail store for a secondary job for some extra income. And pretty much today, I was stocking on shelves and everything, right? And while I was stocking on shelves, it turns out that quite literally we have an entire back wall at this said retail store that is just toilet paper, right?
That's what I was going to put down there. I forgot.
Oh, wait. Toilet paper on that whole back wall. I have never seen this back wall empty, and it is gone. Everything is gone. With the freaking toilet paper, the disinfecting wipes, the sprays. We actually have sprays. And you know what amazes me is the entire shelf of soap is still there.
But you know what? And the CDC said today, and it's been talked about a lot of state and local governments, the best thing in the world to have is soap and water, not the wipes, not the little squirt spray, wipe your hands. Everybody seems to think that's the great fix.
It's a quick fix. It's not the
but it's
best
not the
fix.
one that the best is because it's a virus. Is soap and water.
I mean, the best fix is just, melt your hands off. You don't have to worry about
You
it.
can burn yourself up if you want to. Let's hope we're not to that degree yet.
I mean, we're getting there. But, aside from just that scare, and because, I kid you not, a friend of mine who I'm working with there, she and I put out some of those disinfecting wipes on the shelf, and I kid you not, within 30 minutes, all 3 of those bottles were gone.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just put out some more, and they're the little pocket wipes or whatever. And obviously things started slowing down, but those started getting grabbed, and I had those right by the cash register and everything. That was a mess.
There's a guy at work who was just telling me he had an old bottle of the squeeze gel for wiping and sanitizer.
Yeah.
And he said it was still he got it from someplace in one of his old shops or something. He said it was still sealed up and everything. So he said, I'll bet you I only paid like $7 for it or something like that. He said, I put it on the internet and it sold in half an hour for $40-something. So people are buying this. I got a guy at work, okay, just to tell you how crazy this guy likes to capitalize on misery, okay?
Okay.
So he's got, I've been told, and I'm pretty sure it's true, he's bought 3 semis load of toilet paper. 3 semi-load, folks. Do you realize how much toilet paper that is?
Okay, quite literally, this disease is just going to be a similar experience to the flu. If you have a good immune system and can fight off things regularly, is going to be like the flu. If you have to go to the bathroom, you do not need 3 semis worth, let alone a full shopping cart of toilet paper.
He buys
for
it so it can resell.
But for a 2-week experience.
I know.
This is insane.
You
don't go... Okay, when I have the flu...
And it's mostly respiratory. It does have diarrhea as part of the factor. That's probably what everybody's thinking. But you know what? What do you wipe your baby's butt with? What did they used to wipe their baby's butt with?
They have the baby wipes there. Those are still there, too.
I know, but... Oh, are they really?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Baby wipes and tissues. They're all still there. It's the same thing.
It is. It is.
The baby wipes, you're not supposed to flush those. Fun fact, by the way. Baby wipes, you're not supposed to flush down the toilet. They say they're flushable because they are degradable.
Biodegradable.
Yes, but they take a lot longer than regular toilet paper does, so it starts clogging up and creating like a mass sponge kind of thing. Mm-hmm. So you're not supposed to flush those down the toilet. I mean, all you have to do, you take one, you wrap up whatever you used in one, and then just wrap it up again, throw it away. That's all you got to do. I mean, it's the same experience. I mean,
and if you live in Greece, that's what you do anyway. You can't. There's no toilet
in Europe?
You can't do
in
that.
some places in Europe, you can't flush stuff down the toilet.
You can't even flush toilet paper down there. So you're wiping your butt and you're sticking it.
Just do not have a plain trash can. Anyways, fun fact though. That was fun fact of the day. Yes. So the baby wipes are perfectly fine as long as you're not gonna have a skin reaction. Just use them.
Yep.
Stop buying toilet paper like crazy.
Oh my!
The fear factor is insane.
And they're cleaning out all the groceries and everything.
No,
I mean,
you
should have a little bit of stock up of stuff for a couple weeks.
2 weeks is all you need.
Oh, like 14 days is
That's like
stuff.
what? Maybe
a little bit more.
Maybe a $300 shopping trip. Nothing more than that. That should be the max.
So that's what we mean by chaotic craziness. It's like, and then now you're closing down. Here's what our federal government, our local government's been doing. Our state government.
And I'll talk
They've
about some of the
closed
COVID
as of
stuff,
today. They shut down all this. Well, a couple of days ago now, they shut down all the schools in the area
for like either the colleges. I think
for 3 weeks.
Colleges were only a couple days at first. Now,
yeah, college got shut down. I got the call from them yesterday about if you're gonna go, you had to go through a certain door.
Well, there's other colleges, for example, like a couple of my friends, the ones that I go and visit sometimes. Theirs is technically still closed. They can come back to it apparently, but it's not official classes. They're all going to be online classes.
Same thing here. Our local one did the same thing.
Yeah.
But anyway, so what they've done is they've canceled out anything that's going to have more than, they said 50, 100 people. It started out, now it's down to 50. Now today, our federal government said it'd be better to only have no more than groups of 10.
And some places they said 6. There was a meme picture where it said, and I thought this was funny. It was just like, you can't have groups of 6 or more or something like that. And then it had a picture underneath it of saying families of 6. And then it's like a whole bunch of people like finger gun pointing at each other. And like, who's going to take each other out? It's dumb. I'm sorry. It was funny.
No, and that's how crazy it's gotten. So there's no ball games. And the depressing thing about that is there's my daughter called up and my grandson, he is on track meet. Now, this is the last year for a bunch of the track meet.
Yep.
They won, the state won championships. The boys.
They broke a whole bunch of records.
Yeah, anyway,
they are doing great.
Not the track meet, but I think it was basketball or something. They won the district, and they were going to state, and they canceled the state out because of this. Now, those boys
not
are
rescheduled.
Done. No. Those boys are done for the season. They will never be able to play that game for the state. They ever found out if they ever won. They're done with school. They're finished.
Like their senior year?
Yeah, they're in their senior year, so they won't be going back to see if they ever could have won state. Now, and I understand. I totally do understand having the big groups and a lot of people, because we have idiots that don't know how to, when they sneeze and stuff, they won't put their hands inside the sleeve. The catchers, they'll just go, achoo! Oh, excuse me. Let me shake your hand.
And they also, too,
people
just won't
clean
themselves before
no
events.
Kidding.
They won't take care of themselves, whether it's blowing their nose and then hand sanitizer or washing their hands or something. They won't. People just be smart. Just be considerate.
That's
if you're
what
going
it is.
Somewhere.
Exactly.
That's all you got to do. The reason why so many regulations and things have happened now is because
idiots can't do that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You're so loud today.
I am. I'm so frustrated that as a nation, we've gotten to this point where we can't use common sense.
It's not even a nation. I think it's the world by that standard.
Well, yeah, I know. I understand.
Did you hear that whole joke about England now? That what they told them to do is sing Happy Birthday while they're washing their hands?
No, but I could see that was a long time ago. They actually did that. Yeah. That makes sure you worship long enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyhow, so that was part of some of this stuff they've done. We go ahead.
I was gonna say another thing too. The other day I went to go meet with some people for networking and like entertainment business stuff, and instead of handshaking the guy, because I did it first, and then we both kind of like realized that was dumb.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Yeah. And language. There you go. So we realized we weren't supposed to do that. So by the end of it, we came up with a thing where we have to touch elbows.
Oh, yeah. Boom, boom. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, that's what we did.
Whatever. And that's the other thing they were talking about today is not touching your face and stuff.
That's what you're not supposed to do regardless.
Yeah, but everybody does it. You pick your nose.
Okay, this is what I normally do.
You got a little scratch up here.
When I'm out in public, though.
I don't know. It's my house. It's cool.
All you got to do, though, is if you have your sleeve up, even the back of your arm or something, it's your face.
Yeah, and you just sneezed in your armpit.
I didn't say right here. I said right here. Use your freaking bend of your hand. Well, because you never normally have anything there. And then if you have your sleeve right there, when you sneeze, you're going like all the way down here.
Mm-hmm.
Use this edge. You don't ever normally do anything with it.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what I do is I do that, or like I grab like the inside of my coat or something and like scratch or something. Because if I'm out working, for example, like I was saying earlier, doing all the stocking and stuff like that, I'm going to be touching a lot of boxes that have gone across the whole country, right? And if I can't always go and wash my hands or hand sanitize them or something like that, then how else am I going to, like, clean my eye or something? Pick up jacket, wipe it off, you know, because all the boxes and stuff are hitting the outside of your jacket.
So what it's really all about is if you're touching public places with your hand, what you usually do to grab a doorknob or, you know, anything like that, then you got the germs on your hand. That's why you're not touching your face. It's just being
self-aware.
So if you wash your hands or you use a sanitary, you know, napkin or whatever it is, and then you scratch yourself, napkin. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
You know, that's the whole point of it, you know. So anyway, another thing they closed down was the gym.
Yeah, we can't work out. Now we're going to get chunky.
Bummed because we were actually starting to get a routine set up really good, and I don't know how long it's going to be closed. I'm going to put on our 10 freaking pounds.
Do you remember a while ago? I know everybody's going to hate me making this meme. Do you remember a while ago the movie Madagascar where they were like, I like 'em big, I like 'em chunky. Moto
I like
likes
to move
you.
and move it.
No.
I like to move it, move it. I like to, oh, sorry.
Move it. Anyways,
Too
sorry.
Too much.
We're being too much. Continue.
Anyhow, so and that was just some of the things, you know. That was locally our local government, our state of Ohio.
You forgot one more thing too.
So
You forgot one more thing too.
What was that?
The restaurants.
Oh yeah. So what we were doing is after we got through working out, you know, we'd be all sucked in and everything, you know, we were
starving, just wasting
so
away.
we'd go and we'd hit the big bar and we'd buffet and
bar.
Snack bar type thing, you know. No. Anyway, so we'd chug
Corona.
down on food and stuff, and it was great. But now even our restaurants, so we can't eat,
You can't go out and
exercise.
You can't go out and exercise. You can't gather at public places with more than 10 people, and you can't. What's the other one? You can't.
Thank God I can sleep anyway.
And you can't buy toilet paper.
Yeah, I can't buy toilet paper. Remember how Charmin used to give you so much comfort? You'd touch it on the side of your face.
Now you just use baby wipes. Now you just feel wetness all the time.
Amen. First
world problems.
So anyway, going back to what's happened now, federal government is, of course, they're the one. Like I said, they just said that we're going to go for 10 groups of 10 now.
Yeah.
So pretty soon, only thing you're going to be doing is doing like we're doing right now. We'll be doing a podcast or live streaming, or we'll be doing a video or something so we can communicate with you people.
Well, you know something.
And you can communicate with us.
That was really neat that they did actually recently. You know how on Discord I'm always talking with my people and everything like that. Quite literally, you used to in direct message groups, you know, like how we do text message groups and stuff like that, you could only add 10 people. Well, Discord, because this whole thing happened, they upped their servers for the time being to allow 50 people in a direct message group, so everybody can stay in contact without having to make everything too crazy. So I thought that was pretty neat.
Well, you know, now this was kind of interesting. That's what they said today in a government thing with President Trump and a couple of the other people from CDC, and you know, everybody was involved in the medical field and stuff. They were saying that, and I attribute this, I mean, I kind of pat them on the back for this one. They were saying that one thing that'll help in this whole mess is that the millennials, since they're millennials, since they are ones that like to use the technical, logical aspect, like what we're doing right here and stuff, that they can help a lot in passing information and also in
correct information
and talking to people, like older people that are shut-ins and stuff, you know, get them connected, you know, online and stuff, so they can communicate, so they don't feel isolated, because that's going to be a big issue.
Don't feel like they have to go out and do stuff. I'm surprised salons and hair places are still
you're
running.
only doing a couple people there, that's why you don't see
but that's
50
still direct contact
with
oils and talking,
but that's under 10 usually, so that's what they're saying.
That still
you restrict it a lot. That's the whole purpose of the of the sizes of the places they're
You
picking
watch. I
'cause of
guarantee you
that.
that's going to be the next thing. Something
It
like
could
that.
be.
Salons and spas and masseuses and stuff like that.
So anyway, not to change the subject, one of the big things is the government's talking about is bailing out airlines because it has majorly affected the airline industry.
They dropped their prices immensely.
Yeah, well,
Apparently, it was a round trip ticket or like a one-way ticket for $17 to like Texas from where we are.
Well,
So that's crazy.
but they're limiting now. But the government's got in and said you can't go here and you can't go there either.
Yep.
So regardless how much they drop it, they're even international travel. Forget it.
Mm-hmm.
But even in the United States, travel's down to nothing because they don't want you really flying to someplace, especially if you were someplace else and you end up coming back and then you fly someplace else like Florida or wherever. I mean, it's amazing. And we're just talking within the United States, but you look at a lot of the countries that have this around for a little bit more than what we have. How much? I mean, nobody's doing nothing.
Right.
I mean, we just closing ourselves in.
I mean, there's a lot of people that I will say are traveling quite a bit right now just because of that. Like the ones that are scared about it, but the other people are taking advantage of the low prices.
There is some.
Yeah,
there's some. I will say that. But I don't know. I guess the thing that bothers me, even at work now, I'm a supervisor at work, so our place is keenly aware of the things we've got to try to avoid to make sure that we don't have somebody who comes up to our business and they have it and then pass it on to everybody that's in our workforce. So they're passed out all the scrubs and Kleenexes and masks that we were wearing earlier, respirator masks and stuff, and actually because of shortage around the whole world, they've actually. Our place was really big on it because we had 4 or 5 different kinds and stuff. So we have a big time shortage of those. Right. So now even for somebody to get one, they're going to use one, they have to come to me so I can get their old one, throw it away, and hand them out a new one. We just give them a whole box before. Yeah. Now we don't do that anymore because there's a very limited supply.
Everybody's using them really kind of wastefully, to be honest. Yeah. And they're so in such high demand. Not so, goodness gracious, I can't talk.
There's so many people. I mean, they were going on the internet for unbelievable prices.
I don't like that people are taking advantage of this situation either. I
despise that.
That's really dumb.
Yeah, you're living on somebody else's misery. That's a misery index that's just unbelievably crazy.
I understand making profit off of like things that aren't health oriented, right? Like products such as like even like the Funko Pops or like the statues and figures or things that are just really quick grabs or whatever. But when it comes to health stuff, you should not be trying to make profit off of things like this. That's really stupid.
Yeah,
because there's people that can't afford much more than dollar store stuff
again.
anyways.
Did you notice that?
Yeah, you need to stop doing that.
Bad habit I have.
Yeah.
Oh.
In all seriousness,
I'm at home and I've washed my hands. Okay.
Do not do like him.
I washed and soaped him real good before we even came in.
Really quick, that's a point to make though, because you and I just live together, but you don't know what I've done all day. You know I'm a clean freak, so that's a better.
Well, I have not shook your hand, and you haven't sneezed on me yet either.
We use doorknobs and we use light switches, and we use the same cabinets and drawers and fridge and everything.
I haven't touched nothing since I washed my hands that come in here.
That's not the point, though. The point is for them in a situation where, for example, I'm a clean freak, so I'm always washing my hands on stuff. But for people at their own homes, they don't know where their kids have been. They don't know where the parents have been. Parents sometimes don't think about it. Kids never think about it on and off. Nowadays, they think about it a lot more.
Well, that's why the flu really is a pandemic when it happens.
But that's not the point.
We never say that about the flu.
Right.
But we've lose a lot of people every year to the flu, influenza.
Focus on the topic.
But
we're trying to make a point.
That is my point, though. Influenza is caused the same way, doing exactly the same thing, touching doorknobs, people sneezing on you, people rubbing their face after they touch doorknobs and everything. But we don't make a big deal about that. So maybe we should maybe this will get us to paying attention to those things we should be doing and not doing, like you said, like not touching your face, not washing your hands and sneezing in your sleeve or something instead of just sneezing out on everybody else. So that's what I'm saying. that might actually been something good that's going to happen out of this is our mannerisms that we do to not pass on the pandemics.
But now going to the point of it.
Yes.
Agreed.
Sorry.
We're trying to give them good information. Stop being a bad example.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Goodness gracious. Okay, to the original point of what I was trying to make.
It's not really funny, by the way.
It's not. It's actually starting to aggravate me. So, to the original point of what we're trying to make, if you're at home even, make sure that you're wiping down stuff and that you're trying to take care of yourselves, washing your hands, making sure that you're watching what you're doing and where you're touching and things like that, making sure you're taking care of it. Because even if it's not corona, like Faja said, it can be something else like the flu or other diseases. Just make sure that you're taking care of things. That's where I was trying to get to.
So if you're making an argument for something that doesn't, you pick up your cat and you sneeze into his belly. I'm sorry. Oh, you don't know.
They don't need to know.
Okay. Anyway, I did really bring that. I really did bring that up for a reason, because that's one thing they said, because this is something that has been passed through animals onto humans, and that's why it's
not cats though, it's dogs.
No, but it's coronavirus, and that's what. And we have. This is just a different type, but that's what it is. So an animal can get this, by the way. And that's why. That's actually why
any disease can always mutate into creating a new version that can infect.
Well, not any disease, but yeah, a lot of viruses can.
Well, still, point being, it used to not be able to infect people at all, but now here we are.
It's jumping from animals to people all the time. It's a virus is a virus.
For the
it wants
coronavirus,
to
it
live.
used to only be with animals and different things. It wasn't with people, and then it mutated to this new variation we haven't had to experience before. So. Yes.
So, what do you think? It's not changing the subject a lot, but it's not changing the subject at all. But the little difference about the hand thing.
Okay.
I think we beat the crap out of that. So, what do you think about all these people? What is it in Spain or Italy where they're on their balconies and they're singing songs to each other? And you haven't seen that, have you?
No, I heard it. I don't remember which country.
So the news is making because France. I think it's France.
I think it was France.
France is always,
I could ask
and
Karma.
Italy, all those, they're really a touchy-feely nation. You know, they all like the hugs and everything else, and America does too, but not, these are very, So the fact that they're being told they can't go to the restaurants and they have to stay at home and isolate themselves because they have allowed the thing go crazy.
They're a very community-driven
and they
culture.
were not paying attention, and it's really broke out and gotten wild.
Yes.
They're getting large amounts of on a daily basis that are going into coronavirus. So anyway, that's part of it because of the way they've done there. You're taking that away from us and stuff, and I understand that because that's part of freedom in the United States. We're not used to having crap like that happen. But anyway, so these guys, what they've showed us the last couple days on the news, they're going out at nights on their balconies and they're somebody out in the yard exercising, they're all exercising, or they're all singing, or somebody's playing a guitar and singing, kind of entertaining everybody. So there's still that sense of community and sense of closeness too. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So I think government was kind of looking at that and saying that's what the millennial should be doing, is using, technology to do that, to bring people closer together that way.
Well, millennials are in their 30s now.
Well, that's what they were just saying. They use the millennials. So I don't know why they said that, but
no, I think it definitely would help out for anybody that's a little bit older and stuff like that, that maybe don't understand smartphones or computers and things like that. Be able to keep in contact with whether it be mail or whether it be even like family and things like that. Even just simple as FaceTime or something like that. It'll help out immensely.
Yeah, well, definitely.
I don't know. I would suggest just making sure, just take care of people, whether it be through health aspects, whether it be through checking up on each other, just keeping each other entertained and occupied, and just don't stop working towards things even throughout this whole ordeal.
Well, and I guess the big thing on that whole thing is don't forget the older people. Because, I mean, I think as
You see, that's
even my generation, even though I'm considered an older person now, we've done a lousy job of taking care of our grandparents and stuff. A lot of us like to stick them in old folks' home and then forget about them. And then here in the United States, that's been one of our biggest places that we had an infection that killed 26 people in that old folks' home. It was in one place, one town, one building.
Well,
basically.
Plus some of those older folks' homes, they don't like hiring people near as much as they should for helping out.
Even their staff members, though, they had tons of their staff member that got it. So, I mean, they were just in a bad way altogether on that whole area issue. But
it's just a very enclosed space, and it's not always cleaned to a high such frequency as maybe it should be. Yeah. So, like, hospitals are always sanitized and everything.
But I don't know if you could have stopped that. Somebody apparently probably spent some time overseas and came and visited their grandma or grandpa or whatever. I'm sure that wasn't their intention, obviously.
Well, nobody's intention is
and
ever.
then
well,
it just got there, and one person got it, then they just weren't aware of how easy it was to transmit it, and then they lost 26 people. So not good. That's probably over 60% of the people that have died in the United States been in that one place in that one area.
And just unlucky circumstances and people just not being self-aware nor caring. You just care but don't fear, I think, is a very good point to make from all this. Just be self-aware, know what you're messing with, and just have common sense. Be considerate. Just whether it's your job or whether it's other places or things that you're interacting with, just be considerate and thoughtful towards everything that you have to be kind of around. And I'm actually surprised they haven't closed like the retail store that I'm working at too, because that's more than 10 people.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure. I mean, you want to encourage them to even think about doing that.
No, I'm not going
to say anything. Next thing we won't be able to go to the grocery store and even eat. Yeah, that's the thing you got to think about, and that's what's killing us. Everybody's reacting so violently drastically on everything that it's driving the stock market clear down to trash and stuff. And I mean, nobody, to me, the common sense issue is went out the door, and I think that's what's killing us.
Yeah.
Economically. And then they could blame it on whatever they want to do. And now the government hasn't helped by shutting all this stuff down. Yeah, it will flatten it out, and the curve won't be way up here before we start dropping down. They want to get it flat to where, or
it almost kind of makes you wonder if or why they're so freaked out about it. If either it's because we don't have a technical cure or something that can kind of combat it yet.
We don't.
Or if there's some. Well, yeah, I know, but I'm saying.
But they are working on one right now. They're pretty darn
There's
close.
actually quite a bit of tests for it too. There's actually actual job postings for people, like guinea pig people right now too, online. I don't know if you've seen that or not.
They've got a couple already that are in place, and it looks like I mean, still, to be honest with you, even if it does work, it won't be until next year until they really find out if it's going to work.
I think it's the end of the year. They said that they're going to try to
mass produce. Well, I'm just saying you won't get it until next year, though.
Yeah.
It won't be until next season. In probably a couple months with the warm weather, we'll lose a lot of this. We'll drop off the map because that's just the way it is. A virus likes cold. Don't ask me why that is, but it's kind of a weird.
They're considered to not technically be living creatures. They feast off of people, and they live off of people. So they're considered not
They're like hosts.
Yeah, so I think it's because the cold kind of contains them, whereas the heat kind of melts them away, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I'm not a scientist. I'm no doctor. I will say that right now. Everything we're telling you is from what we've experienced or from what we've heard and listened to and read up on.
It's just like a seasonal flu.
Yep.
Flus are seasonal, too. They come out, and it's right in between that real cold period and the warm-up period. It's right nice, there. That
sickening springtime. So
things live like that.
It almost kind of makes you wonder, though, if they're worried about, like I was saying, with the vaccines and stuff not being made yet, or if it's because they're worried they'll try to mutate again since it already did once.
Well,
or kind of like what's going to happen with that.
I think it's a little bit of both. I mean, because they haven't really got a thing that takes care of it yet. But as soon as they get that, that will help tremendously to help fight and combat it. And we're not there yet. It's something I'm working on. Other than that, it's just got to go through its course.
Right.
And what they're finding out right now is even the people that are surviving it, that do get it, they're really have shortness of breath and everything. They have lung capacity has been reduced, so like they get up and they have a hard time walking a long distance before they're out of breath and stuff.
That's because your body just fought a massive battle, so it's restoring and stuff.
So they don't know but they don't know if that will change or in long term if it will get better. They're still not sure about that yet. So
I did want to read up about this really quick, just for them to at least know the basic facts of it so far on what the CDC has. And is there anything else you want to add, or is that kind of...
No, that's kind of everything. I guess the only other thing to me was that don't get in fights with your family about this stuff.
Yeah.
Because people are going to believe one way on it and think, and like I really do think we're overdoing things. We're creating our own financial situation because we're doing that. But at the same time, I know we got to put things in place. We have to. Otherwise, we're going to look like some of the other countries that took forever to do it. So
we're just being over the top like we usually are as a country, to be fair. Because we always are extreme. That's why with the two-party system, we're on extremes all the time, but that's okay. Anyways, so facts about it from CDC, just to let you guys know some of them. I wanted to kind of do this at the end, so that way if you guys didn't want to hear it, you could kind of skip past this. So if you don't want to hear it, probably skip like a minute ahead. But basically, fact 1, diseases can make anyone sick regardless of their race or ethnicity. And that doesn't matter age, doesn't matter whoever, just it's going to get anybody. But... yeah, and the point being made by that also, too, during, like, the first part of this whole virus and infection, there's a lot of, like, racism and hate going on with the whole Asian culture because everybody was like, oh, it comes from you guys or whatever.
No, it doesn't.
Don't do that. Because that was the thing that was going around for a while. I haven't seen a lot of it ever since, like, the start, but that was the thing that was going around for a while, so don't do that. Fact 2, some people are at increased risk of getting it, and that's generally the people that have, older age. Could be younger.
Or
a lot of
health
times,
immune systems that are down.
Yeah, the immuno. What is it? Shoot.
Oh,
it's like oh gosh, I can't think of what it's called.
Immune system.
Like you're rigged. It's another word for rigged, or like and not working or malfunctioning or.
Anyway, yeah.
Anyways, if your immune system isn't at its full capacity or you're not able to use it like a regular person would be able to, that definitely would do it. I've heard a lot of cases now that kids actually do not get it near as much as like people that are my age. They're kind of like in their mids, or people that are older. It's actually most of the times in our cases that we'd get it, which is surprising, honestly, for how often kids put their hands in their mouths and touch everything. So that's really weird. But it says people who have been in close contact with person known to have it, or people who live in the area, recently been in the area, ongoing spread or at increased risk, obviously. Fact 3, someone who has completed quarantine or has been released from isolation does not pose a risk of infection to other people. That's why they have that 14-day period. So if you're at work and then you take your 14-day quarantine, you can come back and everything will be fine. Just make sure you're trying to take care of areas for other people or people that could get infected. But you are not able to spread it anymore. Fact 4, you can stop COVID-19 by knowing the signs and symptoms, which could be a fever, cough, shortness of breath, which Faja was talking about earlier. And if you develop any of the symptoms, just make sure you go and talk to a doctor first. Let your work know ASAP. It is, at least at the place that I work, the retail I work at, I was reading up on the paperwork they had laid out today. You can actually get a full free paid day of work to go into a doctor if you start showing signs and symptoms.
And a lot of it is changing and getting better, even. Or making some time off where you can actually have paid time off to take care of yourself and get better and not lose your job.
Right. So just make sure you're taking care of yourself and that you're watching that, and don't abuse this. Not right now at this time. Just make sure that if you have the symptoms and stuff, actually get it taken care of, and do not try to push it off. Go to your doctor ASAP.
And sometimes, to be honest,
because it is paid. It's paid day work.
The way that we're doing our places doing, don't just show up at the doctor sick, because there'll be other people in there too.
Yeah.
You want to call them and tell them that you think you have the symptoms of it.
Yes.
And they will actually come to your place and do or they'll have drive-throughs now. They're actually
I don't know if they would do it here, but like in
yeah,
our Farmville area.
No, they are.
Okay, well then there you go.
But if you think that you do have it, they will do that. But they're also setting up drive-through places, a lot of places in the country now. So.
And then fifth and last fact that they have on here right now, there's a whole bunch of more information on the site, which I listed earlier, and like I said, it's down below in the description, so make sure you check that out. But the fifth and last fact on here is there's simple things that you can do to keep yourself safe and others healthy. Washing your hands. If you're going to cough, blow your nose, sneeze, any of that, make sure that you either use your sleeve or you do it in your bathroom, or if you do blow it in your hands, or if you do use a tissue, make sure that you're washing your hands after the fact. Avoid touching your face and things like that if you're at home, even unless you are sure that nobody around your household, like we were talking about earlier. I know he was being funny, but even if you're not sure that people are keeping things clean, or that if you're not sure other people in your household have it, make sure you're cleaning stuff. And even if you're touching door handles and stuff, avoid contact with your face just in the meantime while this is all blowing past.
And soap and water is better than a hand sanitizer.
Yes, it is a make do for hand sanitizers and antibacterial wipes and things like that, but make sure you're still washing your hands regardless. You can take a while to do so if you're using the wipes, but make sure you still do it.
Yeah, because those are real antibacteria, and this is not a bacteria. This is a virus.
So it postpones it, but just make sure. And then, like we said earlier, if you are sick, make sure you go to your doctor, stay home, just quarantine yourself, be considerate, take care of yourself, be self-aware of the situations and things that you're doing. And that's pretty much it. And make sure you're throwing everything away in the correct places, and don't leave it out. Don't leave your room littered. Just think. Use a brain.
Be considerate.
You have a good brain.
Everybody. I mean, I'd hate to think that I was the reason why
somebody passed away.
Yeah. You know? Just because I was ill-considerate of sneezing or, putting my hand on something and spreading the virus because I just was lazy and stuff. So
I mean, there could be kids that could just get it and not even know it.
Humanity here, that's what we're saying.
Yeah. I don't know. Just be kind. Take care of yourselves. Take care of everyone else. Use a brain. You all have a good head on your shoulders. Use it, please.
Yep.
So, moral of the story, and that's I think about it.
Yep.
So, if you guys want to know more, research. Do not start believing all the stuff that you see on social media and stuff like that. Actually, go and start researching proper places such as CDC, government pages. Find out what your country's doing.
There's a lot on the news right now, and a lot of numbers you can call to find out more information about it.
Yep.
There's a lot of.
We even have a website for Ohio that has confirmed cases daily that updates.
Yep.
And people with suspected or being researched cases and stuff like that. So just find the appropriate websites. Don't just believe all the crazy feared propaganda popping up.
Correct.
So
I agree.
That's basically it. Take care of yourselves. Do you have any final words?
No, that's it. Just be considerate of others.
Yep.
You may feel lousy and you're going through the symptoms. Yeah, you're going to feel bad, but you got to still think you could pass it on to somebody else. So
you could technically, there even in other countries and stuff like that, there is such a big country quarantine going on right now, where if you were to go out and stuff like that, you can get like $50,000 fines and be charged for possible homicide and stuff like that for quite a few years in jail. So find out what your countries are doing, find out what your states are doing, find out what's going on, keep in the loop, and just keep researching. Help out the elderly, help out younger kids and peoples and families and stuff like that. Just take care of everybody is the main gist. Even take care of your pets.
Absolutely.
As Fat Cat's passed out on the floor in front of us.
Yeah.
Anyways, all right. I think that's about it. Make sure you guys check out all those links down below in the description. We got the CDC link down there. Maybe I'll post some extra stuff too for you guys to go and look at and research on. We got all of our social stuff down there, so make sure you go follow me on Insta, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, DLive, all that good jazz, so that way you can see when we're going live. Make sure you hit that bell notification, because YouTube does a terrible job of notifying everybody about videos and stuff. And we could join our Discord. We always get notifications there too. So aside from that, stay positive, stay creative. We'll catch you all soon, very soon actually. And aside from that, love you all, and peace on.
Bye.